It is my singular honor and privilege to headline this inaugural workshop, which is a culmination of media tour jointly coordinated by my ministry and Zinara. The media tour dovetails with the government's robust communication strategy, which seeks to leave no one and no place behind. The doyens of the media tour to take a roll out are none other than the over 20 plus journalists who have been gathering necessary data on infrastructure development along the north-south corridor in the past 2 days. We have no doubt that they will curate, analyze, and present such data as palatable news for our major stakeholder, the general public. It also gives me great pleasure to see our contractors supporting this media tour in massive rollout information to the people. This serves as an eloquent testimony of the fact that the private sector is an integral role to play in the development agenda of our beloved motherland. Zimbabwe is working in unison in pursuit of a common goal. This engagement is illustrative of the appetite we have for the honest and frank information sharing, especially with members of the fourth estate, who are the ears and eyes of our community. This tour attests this maxim as evidenced by the good work that we are doing as Zimbabweans to build our infrastructure and economy. I'm pleased to report to our media colleagues here and all the delegates that the highway that they use all the way from Harare to this town is being upgraded by our local contractors. At least 340 kilometers as we speak of the Harare-Beitbrige highway have so far been opened to the public, as government's robust infrastructure development drive continues to be a positive force. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who have not been to Beitbrige for more than 6 months or so, I'm happy you have been taken by surprise as a result of the changed complexion of the Beitbrige town. Indeed, the face and complexion of the town has completely changed, and I'm happy that you are all here to see this colossal development for yourselves. Even in terms of employment creation, first preference is given to the local communities, and precisely what you've been witnessing in terms of those who are working on this particular project, majority are from this neighborhood. And I can assure you that the upgrade of the Beitbrige border post and the Harare-Beitbrige highway is a huge economic activity that positions Zimbabwe as a regional transport hub and gateway into the southern region. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who passed through the Putsi roundabout yesterday, I'm sure you were dazzled by the prospects of the budding magnificent construction works of the traffic interchange. This project, which is the first of its kind in our country, is being spearheaded by local contractors. We are not ending on Harare Beitbrige road. We are also proceeding to Chirundu, and will soon be embarking on that project. And we are also refurbishing what you've seen here is going to be mirrored again at Chirundu and Fox. So be rest assured that we will also continue with the rehabilitation, upgradation of our border posts, and we are also doing the Harare-Kanyema road. The contractor is mobilized already, and we are also working on the Kanyema border post itself, rehabilitation. The transport infrastructure, ladies and gentlemen, sector is therefore awash with opportunities for you to tap into. With opportunities worth USD 200 million presented in 2021, USD 120 million in 2022, and over 80 million earmarked for 2023 under ERRP 2 alone. Clearly, there is enough value that is being injected into the market for all contractors to participate in benefits. And those dilapidated roads in the locations, as a ministry, we are empowered to take over roads from road authorities, and this is exactly what we are doing to ensure accelerated development. And you can actually witness our saying to PS Shamba that it's no longer that time to say this road belongs to DDF, local authority roads, council, let's work as a team. What is demanded by the citizen is a good road. And I'm happy, Brother Govt, you were talking of your feeder roads right into the constituents, and I can assure you that we are coming and also rehabilitate, work together with DDF, and make sure that we also pursue the issue that we have talked. DDF has got an airstrip here towards Mutumba, and we also make sure we resuscitate and bring it to life again, that airstrip, so that you enjoy those services as well. Let me also take this opportunity to thank Zinara under the leadership of Dr. Nyara's George Manyana. Within a short space of time, they've managed to change things at Zinara. All the roadways that you see are solely being financed by Zinara and the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development. This year, they set aside $17 billion for disbursements, much of which has already been utilized by road authorities to ensure that more quality roadways are undertaken. The funders will continue to relook at the budgets for road authorities. Furthermore, I'm also pleased by the transparent way they now conduct their business. At very detail, they are publishing the amounts. They will be disbursed. We hope that the new look Zinara keeps the fire burning, and we must give them a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, the organization recently held its 2019-2020 annual general meeting. It has held integrity committee workshops in conjunction with the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission and the African Parliamentarians Network Against Corruption, and all have commended the new work culture and work ethic at Zinara. Corruption is an anathema to the Second Republic's work program and culture. Surely, Zinara has taken a bold stance against this vice, and I'm happy that several people within the organization were either dismissed or arrested for their involvement in corrupt activities. And also I call upon the 40 state on this particular issue to work closely together. As you then do and embark on investigative journalism, please, let's work together and make sure that we fight this scourge of corruption. Ladies and gentlemen, I know there is an issue of congestion at the toll gates. Those in area have managed to come up with several interventions. I'm pleased to advise that various projects to manage congestion at the toll gates are underway. This project will also encompass the upgrading of the current tolling infrastructure to toll plazas. So as we then move towards the toll gate, we'll be having additional lanes, not necessarily using the current structure. So we'll create, for instance, 500 meters or a kilometer, as advised by our engineers, and start widening our roads. So you will see that happening very soon.
We always want to engage with those in positions of authority, those in positions of influence, those who make news. We engage with those who run our public affairs. So we understand that in order for us to be able to cover news properly, we need to do so sometimes by participation. We cannot do so sitting in our newsrooms, gathering news and dealing with things through phones alone. We understand the value of observational journalism, that is empirical reporting. You need to go down to cover news in its natural environment so that you can see things as they are. Because if you rely on the time and what they tell us, sometimes you end up just being megaphones, reporting what they tell us, including things that may be correct, some which may be incorrect, some which may be outright lies. So in order to make sure that we do this job in a credible and professional way, we have to reach out and we have to engage, and we did so through George Manyana, who has been very helpful, and I must say, commend him. This is not to leave out his seniors, everybody else, but as a appointment, he has been very helpful. You will notice that this is not the first time we've done this. We did this sometime last year. We went to Zesa Wange, also cases of Dr. Manyana. I would like to stress a few points and leave it there. That as journalists, our function, our role in society is very critical, very important. It is to inform the various constituencies that we deal with. It is to hold these gentlemen who are sitting up here to account, because they run our public affairs. They use public funds to run the affairs of the state, the affairs of our provinces, the affairs of our cities and towns. And in so doing, they should be accountable to the public, to those who elected them, to those who appoint them, and they lead to those who pay taxes, who are we, the ordinary people. We are here as journalists, in this case, specific case, to see the infrastructure development work that is being done in the form of the Beitbrige highway. We started 580 kilometers away from here in Harare, right at the Mbuzi roundabout. That's where the trip officially started. We were observing the work that they are doing, and I must say it is good work. They've done a tremendous job. For those who have known this road before it was what it is now, at least partially pending its completion, they would have known that it was slowly becoming a national disaster on its own.